Good evening, everyone. How are we doing? Well, not good evening, I suppose, not evening yet, but how are we keeping it? I hope we're well. Happy Saturday. Hope we're all good this evening. I know it's fucking very warm. It's been warm the last few days. I think that's too loud. The bit of engine. It is very warm outside. I put up the blinds a bit more because it is just very warm. It is really, really just warm. And it's very bright too. Give me a second. What is this? Yeah. So it's very bright. It's very bright and very warm. Just give me a second. I don't know, do I need the light? How does it look without the light? Do I need the light on? Maybe I'm actually good enough for this, yeah, because it's actually a good light. The sun is split in stones. Yeah, that's probably good enough. I think you can see me okay without the light, because I think we're on time to live. Jesus, Brian, where were you? What time do you call this? Coming into this time? No, I presume you haven't been getting notifications and stuff. Like notifications and stuff has just got out the window. It was always over, yeah. But usually we're early today. We are early. Usually it's 6 o'clock or 6:30. But yeah, so that's what I was trying to get something sorted because people are not getting notifications. I can't tell you the amount of times people have messaged me and telling me, "Oh, I don't get notifications and stuff." No one, yeah. See, we wouldn't live Wednesday. See, a neighbour of mine died. And that was the reason why, basically, because I had a good few things to do. I had to help them out. And to be totally honest, a bit upset about it, to be totally honest. So that's the only reason. That was the only reason we took. And I suppose out of Mark respect too, we didn't go live too. So that's the only reason why we didn't go live Wednesday. I didn't put it up until later on about it because I knew he probably was going to die that Wednesday morning. Because he didn't have long left, to be totally honest, and he died Wednesday. Yeah, he died Wednesday. So only for that we would have been live Wednesday. But I know I wasn't going to go live because I knew kind of he wasn't going to make it that long. But I wasn't that close to him. I knew him. I talked to him a good few times, but not huge amount of them. I'd say sense. Hello, Little England. How are we keeping this? How are we keeping this Saturday? Hope we're enjoying the weather. Hope it's good weather where you are. But that was the only reason why. So that's why we wouldn't live. Because usually it's Wednesdays and Saturdays, usually. Unless something else happens, usually then we might be live some other time. But it's usually around 6 or 6 or 6:30. Between that or 7 o'clock, usually. Today it's a bit earlier. I just said I go a bit earlier today. And we're trying out a new thing. You see the hashtags. We see the hashtags. Like the hashtags too, because we're trying that out. Somebody suggested to me the other day. I think it was Mad Irishman. Basically, used to be Dog. If people remember him on the stream, so he suggested that I put hashtag on it. It might work. Maybe it could work. I don't know. So that's why there's hashtags on. We're just trying it out. But yeah. It was like, yeah, my room is like an oven here too. It's like a sauna. It's not even an oven, a sauna. But I think it's worse in England. It's worse than here in some parts of England, I know. But yeah, like it is literally sauna. But it's not as bad. Like this heat wave here at the moment, it's not as bad as last week or the week before. Like last week and the week before was serious. Like, this is kind of only a mild thing compared to the other stuff. I probably should put that up a bit more too. The sun's gone away. Going 24/7 it's very paid here. I only have one fan, and I have it going every once in a while. Like I try and not have it all the time going. Like I should probably have bigger fans and stuff, but I couldn't be bothered. So yeah, but yeah, we are early today, so we'll give it a few minutes. Then with the usual thing, we'll just chat among ourselves for a few minutes. We do have a good bit to talk about, of course. It seems like, of course, we wouldn't hear Wednesday too. Oh my god. Yeah, like that's an Office fan technically too. Like that's something for your desk. The one I have, it's not much addition. Like I bought this for about €60, I think was one such. I tell you without them. Oh no, that doesn't sound too good. But imagine being in Spain or something, going on holidays to Spain and stuff. So you're not too fond of the Finnish flour, I hear, Brian. Just going by other comment there. See, just turn this off. Wait, have it on now. Yeah. Yeah, the ACs in the car and stuff are fucking useless. Now I don't have a car, but I know they were always useless when we did have them. When I did have them, when my mother was driving and stuff, fucking useless. But it never was that warm, technically. But they're not really meant to be any addition, to be totally honest. I think the old cars are nearly better ones than the old, like the new ones nowadays. I think they nearly did. To be totally honest with you. Over nothing. What do you mean over nothing? There's always something. Good afternoon, Sean. How are we keeping it? Instead of good evening, it's good afternoon. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it loses a lot of gas. Yeah. But how are we keeping, Sean? How are we keeping these days? I hope we're enjoying the weather. The weather. Not bad at all. Very good to hear, Sean. Very good. At least I'm getting blinded here. Yourself, not bad. Apart from being boned alive, not bad. Apart from that. Oh right, I didn't know that. See, I'm not a cow guy. Don't mean the petrol. But that makes sense, yeah, because I heard somebody saying that before. Like there's a fellow I know who's into the cows and stuff. He's into the cows, and not in that way. Like just the way I said it too, it sounds a bit overly sexualized. I don't mean that way. But yeah. But I know we're not saying any more about that. You can see me okay and all that because this is just kind of sun and stuff. Oh, well, it's always going to go up anyway. It's always going to go up. They're always going to look for more money. They're never satisfied. It's just more and more money. It is cow. I've seen stuff like that, unfortunately, where people have relationships with their cows and stuff. It's too cow relationship. I've seen people like that. Like there's people who call their cows names and stuff like that and talk to their cows and stuff. You'd be surprised, but that does exist. I've gone up again in August. Yes, these fucking cuts the carbon tax. That's what it is. And where does the money go into the fucking fight? They want people to get a horse and cart. That's what you need nowadays, a horse and cart. It would be ideal, wouldn't it? Just get the horse and cart and start going around. Who would nobody be going around in the horse and cart anymore? We might have to go back to it. You don't need insurance for a horse and cart. That's a good thing. I don't know. They'll probably bring in a tax if people started using it. Like eventually they're all going to bring in a bicycle tax. Like for your bicycle, that you have to have insurance and tax on it. And eventually they will do that. Let's be fair, they will do it. It's just a matter of when they're going to do it. I say they're going to do it in the next 10 years. AI generated projects. What do you mean AI? Like just AI stuff itself. Like you're putting up the price of the PS4, PS5, not the PS4, the PS6, PlayStation 6, the Penis 6. Excuse me. But you get what I'm saying, because the RAM costs and stuff has gone up because of the AI stuff. Same as computers, the CPUs, etc., gone up through the roof because it takes a lot of power to generate these AI stuff. It takes a lot of power. You might not take it, but it does. It takes a significant amount of power. So that means that computers and stuff have gone up, and other stuff with CPUs, etc., gone up because it takes more processing power now for the AI. The cost of RAM. But see, this is the thing. Like there's YouTubers and stuff who make AI stuff. Like I've seen them, they have millions of subscribers in some cases, and they're just doing pure AI slop. And they're making money off it, of course, but still, at the end of the day, people are getting sick of it, I suppose, in the way too. People are getting sick of the AI stuff. You're making slop games. Oh Jesus! You're gonna do what we used to play, the games we used to play. So we're just going to start fucking doing Scandinavian Cottage Simulator, are we? Again. You remember that game? That was terrible. That was awful. That was simply awful. But I suppose we get into the main things at the moment. We start chatting about a few things. Where am I now? Sorry. So yeah, I'm sure everybody has heard. What's the first thing on the top? I don't know. What is it? Oh yeah, so the first thing I bring up is it's a scam. First of all, that the Irish people have paid €37,000 for the EU presidency logo for the European presidency of Ireland for the European Union. The Irish people have nicely paid €37,000 for that to be created. Now I don't know about you, but if we went into a national school and asked the junior infant to make it, you get it for nothing, basically. What I'm trying to say. Because the junior infant will do a better job, to be totally honest with you. I don't know where they spent the €37,000 on, but because I don't know what they were doing. So you could have got a job doing that. Hello, Dublin. Good evening. Good afternoon, may I say? Sorry, it's a good evening. But yeah, you could have got a job doing that, Brian. Can you show us? I get it for you here, just in here. But do you know the EU presidency logo? Let me see. I have to try and find it. You're putting me in the spot now. And I wouldn't mind if I did have it up, you wouldn't ask for it. But then when I don't have it up, you ask for it. Give me a moment. I have to go and scrummage through everything to find it. Whatever. It's like this. Like that. Like, what is that? What is that supposed to be? €37,000 just to say. There you go. Nearly 40,000 for that. So can you do any better, Brian? If so, then the government wants to hear from you. Now, I don't know who done this, because let's be fair, this was €37,000. €37,000. Just to say. Hello, Martin. How are we keeping? Don't cause any trouble now, because we have a good lot of stuff. We have a good lot of stuff to talk about. It looks like Ticketmaster. It does kind of look like it, but I don't know what it's supposed to mean. Because it's just kind of dots. Like, look at the day. Like, it's dots. Hello, OJ. Thoughts of which US action? Sorry. Because there's so many sanctions. There's so much coming out of the White House nowadays. I just kind of lost track. Are you talking about on the European Union or talking about Spain? Are you talking about Spain? Is that what you're... Because I know they're talking about Spain. They might be threatening Denmark again. Now, Martin, don't be starting, please. In general, they're talking about Russia. Yeah, they are talking about Russia. Let me just tone this down a bit more. They're talking about Russia, yeah, but we heard all this before about more sanctions on Russia, etc. So I don't know. I don't think Donald Trump will fall through it, because every time you ask him about it, he's like, "Oh, Russia is near a deal. Like, they're 5 minutes away from having the deal." So I don't think he ever will do that. I don't think he ever will sanction them maybe again. Now, he has given Ukraine the ability to produce US missiles, I think, like Patriot missiles. But I don't know. I say it's more like you see sanctions on Spain than you will on Russia, to be totally honest. I know that sounds insane, but it's true. As I said to you before, Martin, I don't get disabilities. I wouldn't be able to afford to go to Finland and stuff if I was on disabilities. But don't be causing any issues today, please. Because we do have a lot to go through. And I don't mind just speaking about different things, but don't wise people, please. That's all I just ask, because the moderators will put up with it. Because they're not happy about it. But what age am I? Jesus Christ. No, I'm 23. I had to think about that for a second. I forget. See, it's the thing nowadays, I forget what age I am. Did you pre-order? I did, Brian. I did, yeah. Sorry, I missed your comment there. I did indeed. I probably should have, because PlayStation has got rid of the digital. They're not going to do digital games anymore. So I probably shouldn't have. But if I knew they were going to do it, I probably wouldn't have ordered it. But I've done it now, so I suppose I have to stick with it, unfortunately. But I probably won't buy any more PlayStation games until they're sorted out. Hello, Shawnee. How are we keeping? Hope we're well this evening. But yeah. What was I saying? So yeah, just about the EU. The last thing to say about the EU presidency logo. It is an awful lot of money, 40,000 nearly. It's an awful lot of money for the thing that they got, basically, because you nearly can get a whole patent done. I've seen people paint pictures. Like, I've seen one person, he got it in his house. Like, it was like a portrait. Like, it was like an oil portrait, like an old-fashioned oil portrait of him and his wife. Right, it was supposed to be a wedding anniversary present. And, it was a lot of money he spent. He spent about nearly 4,000, but it was well crafted. It was 4,000 euro for the painting. But it was oil painting. It was very well done. Like, it was really, really well done. And he did it for 4,000. This is a professional person too, and they did it for 4,000. So I don't know how they're spending 37,000 on that. Like, this was a full on, like, a bit bigger than that one, like a bit more wider and a bit more down. So literally for 4,000, he got a good deal. And a professional person, like, it wasn't just a person on the street; it was a professional person too. Now the wife was very happy with it because it was in the wedding anniversary. Not me. I was speaking about somebody else I know, but yeah. Of course, we all know that. I think everybody knows that. But yeah, the other thing I was going to bring up. What was the other thing I was going to bring up? I have to try and remember now, because there is a lot of stuff since I wasn't here Wednesday. And apologies just to say to anybody who was here Wednesday. One of my neighbours died, so I had to help out there. And as a matter of respect, I didn't want to go live Wednesday. To be totally honest, I was a bit cut up about it too. Because I didn't, like, I should have probably went to see him. I meant to go and see him a few times back a few months ago, and I never got around to it, just because I was that busy with other stuff. So I was unfortunately didn't see him in the last while when he was sick, etc. So it was a pity that he died, but he was 83, so he lived to a good age. But no, I just want to apologise because I did put it up late that it wasn't going to go live. But hello, everyone. Good evening. Yeah, like I knew he was probably going to die. The day beforehand, it was quite bad. But he's at peace now, and that's the main thing too. Because he was suffering. He was suffering from illnesses, etc. He was 83, lived a good age. But I'm not. I was more upset, I suppose, at the time about it. But I suppose knowing too, it sounds awful, but knowing that he was going to die too. It'd be more of a shock if he did just drop dead, if that makes any sense. Like, I think for everybody, at least we kind of knew, because at the beginning of the week, we were like, he's not going to make it to the end of the week, if that makes any sense. So we kind of knew that already. So we kind of took it, because when somebody dies, particularly when they die just instantaneously and stuff like that, it's a big of a shock, if that makes any sense. So it was kind of a bit, and even for the family too, it was a bit of, even though it's a lot on them, of course, but they were able to spend time with him, etc., before he passed away, which is a good thing, compared to him saying, for example, just dying at the house, etc. So, but it's still a sad occasion too, but he lived a long life, and I think that's the main thing to take away from it. That he did live a long life, 83, he lived a very, very long life. And that's the good thing about it. That he did live a long life, that he's seen a lot of stuff, he done a lot of stuff in life, and that's the good thing. But yeah, so I was at his funeral. It was what one done? It was yesterday, Friday. Yes. Friday evening. It was. So yeah, but it never gets any easier. Unfortunately, the only time I meet people too, like there's people I knew from that I haven't seen in a long time, basically too, at the funeral. The good thing about a funeral, and I know this sounds terrible too for people that are from internationally, but in Ireland particularly, it brings people together. People that you haven't seen, like there's people I haven't seen in a few years that was at his funeral. It's a weird thing. It is the same with the remains and stuff. It's a weird thing, because there's people that you haven't seen in years, and they're there and stuff like that, and you get talking to them. It's just it's a weird thing in Ireland, but it's a good thing. It's a good thing too at the same time. But But yeah, so I just want to apologize for that because I should have probably told people what was going on. So that's why there was no videos or live streams. I did post on the community post for a while just because I had to kind of keep up to date with stuff too. But it just as a mock respect, I didn't feel it was appropriate to be live and to do videos, etc. them days. And because I wouldn't have time the other day to do it either. Like particularly Wednesday, wouldn't have time with everything going on. But anyway, apologies for that long rant. But it's good to talk about these things because the worst thing is not to say anything about it and try and go forward without saying anything. The best things to do is to talk about these situations. But yeah, so I see you were posting videos there of you beside the sea back in May. Jesus Christ, saving it until now to post it. There was something else. What was the other thing? Oh yeah. So yeah, I'm sure people have seen it on the community post. That this is to do with cavan. Now, this is to do with the protest in cavan. Now, I just put up a video there earlier on. I meant to put it up yesterday, but the funeral and all that just went above my head, to be totally honest. There's a protest today in Cavan about the disabilities, basically, to do with disabilities, people that have disabilities, particularly children. And would you believe a child is supposed to be seen within 6 months of an assessment for disabilities? Only one child in Cavan and Monaghan has been seen in the last 4 years for disabilities within that period of 6 months. So imagine that. Think about that. Saves a fiver, indeed. Yeah, so it's quite insane that only one has, it's still insane that only one child has been seen. To both in Cavan and Monaghan, we're talking about nearly 200,000. Nearly 200, about 150,000 or so people. I don't know how many children that would be. Probably would be around 40k, something like that, maybe 40k, something like that. But we're not talking about all, but that's the population of children. But there'd be only a few children that maybe would do a disability assessment. But still, it's an awful lot. But like we're talking at the moment at the waiting list in Cavan, we're talking about 4,000 children at the moment that haven't been seen to in 6 months because it's legally required that you be seen to within 6 months as a child for disability assessment. And the sad thing is, it takes over a year and a bit. In some cases, it took 3 years for people to be seen to. And in some cases, the parents had to pay out of their own pocket for private assessment, which isn't right. I'm sure everybody agrees it isn't right. It isn't fair on people to have to fork out money for that. So I don't know what Normal 40 is going to do about it, but unfortunately, it's not going to. It's not going to change probably anytime soon because there have been protests the last must be 3 months about it, and I do feel for the woman that's the leader of it. Her child is has very severe difficulties, disabilities, very severe disabilities, and she's been just left in the dark by the state. And particularly when it comes to a child, it's very tough on her because the child needs to be able to develop, to be able to move forward. And unfortunately, the child's been basically been held back by the state because of this. So it's unfortunate because it is affecting this child's growth. What I mean by that growth, like in terms of social growth, etc., making friends, etc. And it's important that the assessment is done, but obviously the TDs and the senators don't give a damn, to be totally honest. That's to be totally upfront with you, they don't care. Because this has been a problem for the last 4 years, and sadly, it hasn't changed. It hasn't changed one bit, unfortunately. And that's just the sad truth of it, that it hasn't changed. But No More 40 needs to do more. But the problem is that there's so many staff that are young staff. They can't afford to buy a house. They can't afford to rent a house. They can't afford to make a living, basically. And that's the problem we're having. It's the staffing problem. Of course, there's not enough funding too. I think they require more than. I think it's more. I don't know. They said the number to me at one stage that they need about 45% more funding, etc., to look after these children. And they're not getting it. They maybe be getting maybe 5% increase in funding, but they need 45 or so, nearly 50% increase in the funding. To manage for the day-to-day services, etc. So it's big issues, and unfortunately, they're not going to be solved within the next 20 years, probably. because it's not getting any better. It's getting worse, if anything. But yeah, no, just wanted to talk about that because I do think it's important that it is addressed, particularly the woman that's the head of it. She's going through a lot. And it's not fair on her. It's not fair. It's not fair on the child above all else. It isn't fair on the child that she's been put into this place. And it's totally unnecessary stress, etc. Yeah. Hello, Fiona. Good evening. Yeah, well, early. I was just kind of here when I said I'd go live early. Yeah, but they should pay that because there has been families that paid privately for the assessment, and they were paying. They were paying a lot of money. Like in one case, I think it was 3,000 or 4,000 they were paying just for the assessment. Like we're just on with the assessment, and it's not right. And they had to go to private people to pay it, and it's not right. They were on the waiting list, and they were forgotten about. And unfortunately, not all parents can have that money. It's only fair, but even the people who do have the money, they pay their taxes. The government is legally binded too that the government is supposed to look after the people. Hello, Saoirse. Everybody's here. Jason, everybody wants to see me today. Hope we're all well. Hope everybody's good, enjoying the good weather. But it's legally binded that they have to be seen to by 6 months' time. But it didn't happen, unfortunately. It's not happening. But yeah. But anyway, how are we all doing? Sorry, I was on about disabilities in cavan. Like disability services itself, and in terms of assessments, etc. Because the last thing I say in that, like the assessments are important. They're important to know what the person needs, because at the end of the day, we can sit here and guess about what this person needs, what they need, etc. But it's not until you sit down and you assess them to know what they need, because you need to know what people need before you help them out, basically. If that makes any sense. It's the same with the mental health assessment, etc., because it's important that it be done. It's the same with take us up. There's another different thing, but dyslexia, etc., and autism tests. It is important that they're done too, of course, to know exactly how you can help this person, because everybody's different too. Like what resources, because people are different too. But anyway, that's sorry, rant over about that. But anyway, hope all good. Hope all's good. Can't see with the sun. The sun's blinding me. Like I just barely can see the chat because I'm standing in the sun's light. Like if I move my head, you just have the ray of sun just on you. The chat caught my eye, indeed. But yeah. What was there something else I was going to say? Now there's so many stuff I have to talk about. It's just ridiculous at this stage. I don't need a test. People tell me about this. Yeah, but you wouldn't mind that. Give me a moment. Sorry, take a second. Give me a second. Sorry, because somebody else is. I'm talking to somebody else at the center. Give me a moment. So the other thing I want to just actually briefly talk about is to do with cavan too. Everything's to do with cavan. Every other place is not important. We'll lock you up. But yeah, so this is the thing. They can't lock people up nowadays because there's no space to lock people up anymore. But the other thing I want to just talk about is to do with cavan too. This is to do with a house that was rented, a property, like auction. And this is to do with a rental property. And would you believe in one day they had over 100 applications for a house? One day, imagine that, to get a house. So that just goes to show you in such a small county like Cavan, that's an insane amount. 100 people in one day looking for this rental property for one house. We're talking about not 5, 10 houses. It's absolutely insane. But yeah. You try being no, but the problem is like we're going to the mental health aspect here for a second, just because I have a lot of experience of watching with this. That then sadly they don't treat people. What they should do in a lot of cases, and I said this before many times, blue in the face saying to my local politicians about it, but they should focus on talking more to people. What I mean by that, sitting them down, having the chat about things. What is the situation at the moment? That they just give you medication. They just keep firing medication like happy pills and stuff. And that doesn't help anything. That really doesn't help the person. It doesn't help the person at all. It might be a quick fix, but it's not something that's going to help the person, because that's what's happening at the moment in a lot of cases with people going to mental health facilities, etc. They're getting drugged up. It's the same in Kerry. We all know about the poor woman in Kerry that blew the whistle on the corruption in Kerry. Just actually, because that's another thing I wanted to talk about. The woman, this brave woman, she was in camps. She was in camps, the adult child, adult look, but basically look after children for under 18. And she blew the whistle about what was happening in Kerry. The children were left on medication for years, even though they didn't need it. And it's disgraceful. It is disgraceful. That woman lost her job. Thankfully, she has a job now, but unfortunately, she was homeless for a while in England, which is absolutely disgraceful. It is absolutely disgraceful that, um, like that she was homeless. That this woman spoke up again. Again, she done the right thing in speaking up when she's seen wrong. And this woman should be getting a medal. She's a brave woman. I'm happy that she has a job now. She should be well looked after. She's a great woman. Um, but even at that, just take for example, there was children left on it for years without needing the medication. But the problem is, it's just a quick fix. What they need to do is sit people down and have discussions with them, talk to people. Because that's the thing what people want. They want somebody to talk to. In a lot of cases, when you see mental health, particularly in a lot of young men, they just want to talk to somebody. They just want to listen to somebody there to listen to them. And that's just a simple thing. And the sad reality is in modern life, unfortunately, with the modern world, there's just simply too much going on. People haven't got the time to talk to people. That's just a simple thing in majority of cases. Sorry, put this on pause and I forgot all about it. Hello, David. How are you keeping? Sorry, there's so much going on. Need a job, feel better. Yeah, that's pretty much all I tell you, unfortunately. Hello, Trent. How are you keeping? Hope we're well. Hope all's good. Hope we're all good these days. Yeah, hope we're all good, Trent. Hope all's good. Hope everything's well. Well, the other thing I was going to talk about, you, and you're cooking, Jesus. Would you make us a few stuff? Like, seriously, just actually the thing I was just saying. Like, not many people are eating nowadays. Like, I know so many people that go and they're not eating anything at all because it's not really the weather to be eating too much. So I wouldn't cook a big feed if I was you. Because even myself, I'm not eating that much these days at all. Because it's just simply too warm to be eating. You know that feeling? Well, sorry, I'm mixing myself up where I am here now. But yeah, so I have news. I actually have other news. Salmon, not Jesus. You caught a salmon, not Jesus. But no, it's salmon. Salmon's good. It's about fish, yeah. But yeah, what was I going to say? So yeah, Leo Franco. I'm sure everybody remembers how great Taoiseach Leo Franco. He's off in China. He's over with Xi Jinping. So he's doing a big investment thing. Me getting married, no. He's off in China. So yeah, we're happy for Leo Varadkar. So basically, if you want to meet Leo Varadkar, you have to pay 1,300 each to meet him. And he's taken home 17,000 euro for speaking at a few events. So isn't it great? And I remember Leo Varadkar saying once before about values. We need to respect people's values in life. And not even like Leo Varadkar, just to say who he is. Like everybody knows that he is in a relationship with another man, that he's gay. I don't know in China are they too fond of that. Let's be fair. I don't know in China, the Chinese Communist Party are up for that. I don't know would they appreciate that. What I'm trying to say. So I don't know to see because in a lot of cases in China, I've heard of people who were gay. They were put into concentration camps, and there were awful things were done to them. So will Leo Varadkar say anything when he's over there about it? I don't know, will he? But he should, because he said this before about our values, about Western values, democracy, freedom, etc. Will he say anything when he's over there? Because, I don't know about democracy and freedom in China. But yeah, no, I don't know why he would do it. Like, I don't know why is he going there? Like, I'm sure to God he has better things to be doing. Like, he's in some big institute in America, like in Chicago or something. Martin, please don't be arguing with people, please. And Devils, don't be trying to rise him, please. Please and thank you. Because we do have a lot to go through. Tonight. We've only went through a small minority of stuff. The other thing I want to talk about is to do with our good friends RTE. I'm sure everybody's delighted to hear this. That RTE are suggesting to the government. No, they are suggesting it. The government are not suggesting. That that they want more money. Basically, isn't that lovely? We want more money. Now OTE is like we need more money. We need about 100 and something million euro. Hello, Be Irish. How are you keeping? I hope we're well. Hope all is good. Hope you're enjoying the good weather. But yeah, OTE are suggesting to the government they need another bailout, basically. Now, I don't know about you, but I think Doherty got enough. They got nearly $1 million. Well, she's not a moderator. No, she's not a moderator. But what was the same? Yeah, so yeah, they want to look for more money. So the moderator didn't like that. Did you ban him or what did you do with him? You probably put him in timeout again, I say. Great farmers, and I don't have that. Like you see my hands. Like look at my hands. No, I just told him. Well, you probably should have asked me, but okay, because he wasn't that bad. Like he didn't do too much today. But yeah, because it wasn't that. It actually was very tame, so I wouldn't have put him out. But it is the moderator's choice, I suppose. But yeah, no, my hands are like totally white because I have gloves on me all the time. You know, like you can see here, my hands are a bit tanned because I'm outside all the time. Well, not all the time, only part time nowadays. But yeah, OT's looking for more money, basically. I don't mind. That's democracy. You know, but I'm forgetting where I'm now. Sorry. What was it saying? OT, yes, that was it. Sorry, apologies. I forgot all about where it was. Yeah, so OTE are looking for more money. So basically, and also we found out that 1 in 5 people are not paying their TV license. So it's a lot of people. When you think of 1 in 5 people in Ireland, there's a lot of people. And so basically, OTE are pretty screwed, to put it nicely. If the government, of course, the government are going to bail them out. Like, let's be fair, the government will bail them out again. Because they're hemorrhaging money, though, hemorrhaging hundreds of millions a euro. Which would be more? Sorry, the money you mean? Yes. Yeah, 1 in 5 are not paying it. Yes, exactly. I don't know how that works out. Like about, I think they said around what's it? Like in the last few years. Listen to this. In the last few years too. In the last 5 years, 200,000 people have not paid their TV license. 200,000. Think about that. 200,000 people is an awful lot of people. So that's basically cavan, Monaghan, and Loud, basically, I would say. Would it be? Yeah, it would be something like that. Would it be? So a lot of places. Which, sorry, OJ, I'm confused. What? Especially which, sorry, I'm confused. Well, are we talking about the BBC OJ? Or we're talking about OT, sorry. Sorry, sometimes my brain's just dead. Yeah, like less and less people are watching. Like as I said, there should be a subscription service that you, if you want to listen to, you can. It's like Netflix, for example. You know the way somebody has Netflix and stuff. They can pay every month €5, €10 a month for watch OT. Where did we get a big important issue with Santa's big banana? What the fuck? But anyway, a very big issue. Oh, yeah, no, but yeah, that time with Fonda Gaming. Actually, it's years now. It was an anniversary there just a while ago. Yeah, see, I wouldn't remember the law. So you said it's back in 2009. Yes, I probably do remember, but it's that long ago. There's that much stuff happening nowadays. Yeah. But yeah, no, I get what you're saying. But yeah, no, OT does get a lot of like lawsuits, etc., from the like people thinking that they defamed them, etc. They do get a lot of every broadcaster does. There's no broadcaster that doesn't. But yeah, but it's not so much that's the defamations they get. It's more that OT are being stupid with the money, that they're throwing money around them like it's confetti. And they're paying like people like Ryan Tubridy hundreds of thousands of euro. Like we're talking an insane amount of money. We're talking on the level nearly 300,000 in some cases. People getting paid. Like Joe Duffy, they wanted to basically call like him and Leo Farkas should go over to China and stay in China. But listen to this: Joe Duffy wanted a few weeks ago wanted the Gaudi to seize your phone without any like just on the whiff, basically. So the Gaudi could just see you on the street and be like, "Give me your phone," show me your phone. That's what Joe Duffy wanted a few weeks ago, and still wants, just to say. So he basically wanted to go full on 1984. The state will be superior. But then that's what Joe Duffy wanted a few weeks ago. And he was nearly on €500,000 here, Sean. Like yourself. €500,000 Joe Duffy was on an OT. 500,000, like nearly 400,000, I think it was, yeah. Yeah, like it's insane amount of money they're losing. Like they're still hemorrhaging money, even though the state has bailed them out to nearly €1 billion, just to say nearly €1 billion. Like it's just being stupid with the money. They're paying like celebrities like Ryan Tubridy. They're paying them fucking a huge amount of money. And then for stupid things, like we've seen with the Ireland-Czechia game, they've sent 41 people, to Czechia. Who knows how much they spent on that? Basically, they sent 41 people. They nearly might as well have said the football team. Like the football team cost them less to send than send OT. But now, the other thing I want to talk about, we probably should have talked about it first, but so there's too much going on in this country at the moment. So this is to do with Jamie Carney. I'm sure people have heard about it. I'm sure people have heard about this murder in Kerry. Now, this is to do with an American woman. I think she's from New York. I think from whereabouts, somewhere like that, Winchester, somewhere in New York. And unfortunately, she was killed there Tuesday. She was killed by her boyfriend, I think, who was soon to be husband, I think, in this case. Now, this fellow was an asylum seeker who's denied asylum in this country. He's still here. He's appealing his asylum. And unfortunately, he has fled the country. He left for Dublin at 3 a.m. From Killarney to go to Dublin to get on a plane. Now, I don't know how he got a plane so quickly. But long story short, he is over either in Turkey or in Lebanon or somewhere in the Middle East. Basically, he has fled the country and is on the run from the Irish state. Now, it's disgraceful. It is really, really disgraceful that he wasn't deported. He should have probably been deported long ago because he had no right to be here. He's coming from Jordan. He's a Jordan national. He has no legal basis to be here. And the Irish state agreed. For the first time, the Irish state agreed with it, but he was not deported. He was kept in the country. And he was allowed to appeal it. And it's still, at the moment, as we speak, his appeal is still there. Yeah, it could have been, because I don't know. I presume it was Ryanair. I don't know the plane, but, I don't know. But I don't know, was it because, like they say, the Gardaí say he was killed out of jealousy. Like, out of jealousy. I don't know what that means. Unless she was going out with somebody else, I don't know. I don't want to speak ill of the dead, too. But, because it is a very sensitive issue. Like, we are talking about and I just say this to people, it is a very sensitive issue. Because the poor young girl who found her mother dead in the bed, is only 13 years old. And she has to live the rest of her life with that memory of finding her mother dead in the bed. Just think about that for a second. That's a tough one. That's really, really tough. And the rest of her life without her mother too. It's desperate stuff. When you think about it that way, it is really, really desperate. So, and again, I say to people too, just the people online too that's talking about it, to be sensible, I suppose, in a way too, because a lot of people are blaming the woman that was killed for her death, etc. But as I said before to you, I think that love is a strange thing. Love is a really strange thing. It can make you do weird things, etc. I don't blame the woman. She didn't know. It could happen to anybody, really. But what I say to I wouldn't blame her because she didn't know. She couldn't see the future. Nobody could see the future. The only thing I say, rest in peace, the poor woman and her poor daughter and her poor family too. They have to live through this for the rest of their life. It's dreadful, and all because of one man and his greed. And that's what it boils down to. And the fact of the matter, this fellow will probably never be caught. Unfortunately, that's the sad thing to say. Because if he goes to Jordan, he'll probably never be found again. And that's the simple truth. He probably never will be. I hope he will. I hope he faces justice, but I don't know. It'll take years probably to find him because he has a head start, unfortunately, and that's just the sad thing. Yeah, it's very sad because the poor daughter, found him, and that's tragic. And not even that has to spend the rest of her life without a mother. You couldn't wish it on your worst enemy, to be totally honest. But I only feel for the poor child and the poor family involved. It's a dreadful situation, it really is. Being the granny, any granny fans, which? But no, it's a dreadful situation. It's a sad situation to go through. I only hope to find the whole killer as soon as possible. I only hope. Hopefully, he does the right thing himself and hands himself in, but I don't think he will. I don't think so. I don't think he has any more cups this far. You delete that message? I thought the moderators was like, what's wrong there? The moderators deleted that too. The moderators have gone rogue. But yeah. Yeah, no, it's okay. We can read it. Like I if anybody knows anything about typos, it's me. So I don't mind that. Oh, the gallery. There's the poison, bro. They're probably off someone. There's a big effect going on down in Monaghan. The county fair is on in Monaghan, so I presume they're going there. Train driver, like for the rails, obviously mean. Live stream grannies. Oh no. Like what? No, I'm not doing that. No, good luck. But yeah, like he's going for. Is he driving the trams, or are you talking about like a train, an actual train? Well, fair play to him too. Yeah, but the daughter found him. So I say the daughter came home to the house. As far as I can gather, yeah, because I did hear that. But as far as I can gather, it took like 12 hours for the daughter to find her mother dead. So I presume she was over at a friend's house and came back. And the mother wasn't up, and she went into her mother. I presume that's what happened. Because I did hear that she wasn't there, and it took a long time to find the body. Like I think it's from 12 to 15 hours or something like that. Oh, that's right. Yeah, they were advertising it. Yeah. Well, fair play to him, yeah. But don't be jealous, Brian. You might get a job soon in Irish Rail when they eventually build train tracks to Cavan in 50 years' time. When we're all 110. Yeah, but it is a big responsibility now being a train conductor. It's a big, huge, like you mean driving the trains and stuff. Like it is a big responsibility. You have a lot of responsibility. Like I'm sure you understand that. It's a big responsibility because if you hit anything, etc., it's you're to blame, etc. I wouldn't want it. Literally playing a train, yeah. Oh yeah, and the trains, yeah, it'd be fantastic. But it's a big responsibility, Sish. I wouldn't want it. It's a big responsibility because one mistake and you could kill. You could do major harm to somebody. But no, yeah. But fair play to him. All the best to him. It's a dangerous job now. It's not easy. But there hasn't been an accident on Irish Rail, like a train derailment or anything, thankfully, in years. Yeah, but that must be like a while ago because I don't remember one. Like I remember there was two women walking along the tracks in Sligo. This is back 2 years ago, and one of them was killed on the railway tracks. But I don't blame the driver. The driver, he couldn't do anything to stop, the train because the train's going hundreds of miles an hour. The train takes a long time to stop. Yeah, but when was this? It must be a while ago. Because I can't remember unless I'm just blanking out. I know I have the game. What are you talking about? What are you on about? Is that the game you're playing? Pelgale won't walk. Pito. Let me see. See, this is the worst thing about the computer. What do you call that? Like, what do you call that there? What do you call? Like, I literally have the game. So, unfortunately, can't stream it and stuff, but I literally have the game. There you go. I literally have it. So yeah. Hey, no, the 1980s. Yeah, I was thinking that because I would have remembered something like that. I'm sure. Because I can't stream on YouTube on the Xbox Series X. Unfortunately, it only lets me on PlayStation. That's the worst thing about Xbox. They should change that. Because if so, we would play it for a few minutes to see how we get on. It's a pity. No, it's not the PS5. No, I should have probably got it on PS5, but I didn't. See, why I was doing that because I wanted to save space for GTA 6, because GTA 6 is going to be massive, just to say. It's going to probably be 7 million gigabytes. No, it's the Xbox Series X. Yeah, see, my Xbox One is in the shop at the moment. It had problems loading up, so that's where it's gone at the moment. So that's why I'm using my Xbox Series X, because that's hopefully be fixed soon. Probably going to take another while yet, because there was a problem; it wouldn't load up for whatever reason. So, but it should be fixed soon. It's only a trick in his father's eye. Yeah, I have a PS5. Yes, that's what I stream on and stuff. I do have a PS5. Yes, that's where usually you'd see me play my games on the PS5, because it's the only thing that connects to YouTube easy. Like, you can connect to Twitch on the Xbox Series X, but I never was a Twitch streamer. Like, YouTube's more. I rather YouTube. A PC, but the PC is pretty much all you need nowadays. It is all you need. Oh my god, that sun is getting stronger. Like, I don't know if you noticed that, but on his shrinker. Oh, that's an awful thing to say, but but yeah, look at that. Look how blinded that is. Like, I don't know if you know how blinded that is, but I'm literally getting fucking. I'm probably getting sunburned here, just to say. We're just sitting here. Oh, I know what you're saying, but that's extremely unparliamentary language. Put down the blind, but then you won't be able to see me. Yeah, I can put it down smaller. But yeah. There we are. We're happy now. Yeah, but PC it's not handy because you can get mods and stuff like that, and you can it's endless potential. And that's what it is. Get me talk. But yeah, no, there's so much more stuff at the top. Yeah, pretty much. Am I a plumber? Well, unless the place is burned down. I don't know about that. No, Jesus Christ, I'm no plumber, no. If I was a plumber, God help us all. That's what I say. But the other thing I want to just talk about, what gives you the impression, Dublin, that I'm a plumber? I'm the plumber. I just want to talk about St. James's Hospital in Dublin. Last year gone by, 9,300 times that they had to ring an interpreter for people that couldn't speak English. Now, it's a huge amount. You've got the pumice crack. Oh, no. Yeah. But yeah. So, yes, it's quite insane. That is so many times, nearly 10,000 times, just in one hospital. So God knows how much that cost. Because obviously it's not cheap. So it's definitely probably a good few thousand. No, sorry, a good few million. Sorry, I apologize, 1,000. So yeah. So it's an insane amount. If we added up for every hospital in the country, it would be absolutely fucking insane. To be totally honest with you, it would be absolutely mad. And just speaking about actually transport, we were talking about trains there, Brian. I don't know if everybody's heard about Metrolink, but they've spent €700 million already and not one track has been laid, not one railway track, not one thing has been done. But 700 million euro has been spent already, just to say. All the A&Es, like every A&E in the country is like fucking a war zone. Like, it's like fucking the Battle of the Bulge. We're living the life of Wiley. Come on, back in a second. Just have to do this, okay? The life of Wiley. Where's Gordon? That's a good question. I presume he probably doesn't get a notification. That's probably what happened. Did everybody get a notification today? Just to say. Sorry, give me 2 seconds. Sorry, I just have to move this. See, the worst thing about being live too, because there's always stuff like emails and stuff. Yeah, sorry, I was just replying to that. See, that's the worst thing about being live, because you constantly just have to be here. Compared to, say, when you're like doing videos and stuff, you can take time off your video and reply to people and stuff. When you're live, it's hard to do it. I would not go if I was given fucking 7 trillion euro, because it's such a big fucking load of wop. I never seen such a fucking bollocks of a thing in my life. People lining up the streets to watch them fucking chops. You know, like, let's be fair. People have to get a life. If people are so obsessed about them weddings, like, my God, they wouldn't give you tuppence, you know. Like, I couldn't give a shit. They could marry in the fucking moon for I care. Stroke of code. Stroke of code. No, but I'm just saying that I never seen the likes. Like, people fucking, like, I've seen people literally left from England to go and sit in the street in the hopes that they see something. You know, like, come on now. You know, whatever struck a chord. Like, I think everybody agrees. Like, my God, the media had a fucking hissy fit. Like, everywhere you turned on, everything you listened to, everywhere was just fucking about them. Like, they couldn't give a fine fuck about anybody, you know. So, you know, like, mother of God, like, the media were presenting the life was fucking, I don't know, but it was fucking insane. It just goes to show you that we've lost the plot, a lot of us. Like, of course, people are entitled to like them and stuff. You go and sit in the street to see Santa. Maybe so. But at least Santa's pretty cool, you know, like, let's be fair. Like, Taylor Swift, fucking no good. Santa Marin, pretty pog. Because in fairness to Santa over Taylor, like, she would fucking go out and talk to people, like, you know, on the street and stuff. Like, Taylor Swift wouldn't be seen near them. Like, Santa Marin would probably go out and shake hands with people, and, you know. And so, yes. Yeah, no, just seen that there. The West. There was something else I was going to say. Yeah, I think we just chill out. How does that sound? We went through an awful lot today. Like, I kind of just fired. Like, these live streams, I kind of just fire information at you. There's just so much. I just kind of fire so much at us. Because, see, we're not here, like, all day, you know. So, yeah. Unfortunately, I only have 4 weeks left now. In my job and stuff. Because I'll be soon going to college and stuff. It's starting in September, so. I should have probably told people earlier on, but that's that. I'll be able to tell you a bit more later on at some point in about 4 weeks' time. But yeah, this new course, you wait and see. Because I can't really tell you at the moment. Wait, probably 4 weeks' time or 5 weeks' time before I say anything. So I can basically tell nobody anything at the moment. Top classified, top secret. Becoming a priest. We could think about it maybe. I don't know about that one. I don't know what Bishop Hayes now would be too fun to become a priest. But Mother of God, it takes 10 years. It takes 10 years to become a priest. Like, you literally be dead and buried by that point. You know. We need the cavan babies. The new program on OT, the cavan babies. That's what's going to save OT, the cavan baby show. But no, it is absolutely insane to become a priest and stuff. I don't know. It's hard to know. Like, they were saying she had damage to her face, like injuries to her face and stuff. So I don't know. It's hard to know. Because they were saying she had injuries, like other injuries. So I don't know exactly what it was. I suppose we have to wait and see. It's hard to know. It is hard to know. But yeah, is there anything else anybody wants to ask or talk about? Because now is the time when I'm here. Because we're here for another few more minutes then. Because we were early today too. But now is the time if anybody has anything to say or anything to talk about. Now, I don't know, as I said to you before, I don't know what's people here, but if there's anything on in Monaghan, we might do a meet-up at some point for the European presidency thing. I know it's such a thing to meet up at. But for Finland particularly, like community events, etc. Now, I still don't know yet. I don't think Monaghan County Council know themselves. But, you know, when I find out something, I'll let you know. But I don't know. It might be only like a short notice. It might be only tell you a few days in advance. But I don't know. So we see what happens, because we might go for a cup of tea and stuff afterwards and stuff. But I don't know. As I say to people, I have no updates about that, basically, what I'm trying to say. But it'll be between now and December, the 1st of December. But it most likely to be something next month. Either next month or the end of this month. I don't know yet. Just try and avoid studying something where you get replaced by AI and something, yes. But everything's going to probably be replaced by AI eventually. But at the end of the day, it's kind of just buying my time. I'm kind of waiting. I'm waiting for the right moment. That's pretty much why the only reason why I'm going. Yeah, soon. But no, waiting for the next election. That's what I'm saying. So that's what we're waiting for. We're past the time somehow. Eventually, it's all going to go. Good. Thank you for the words of encouragement to everybody in this place. Bobby. Voting for Bobby Bott in the next election. Bobby Bott, he's a good man. That Bobby Bott. Yes, Mrs. Bobby Bott well walked out. Oh, that sounds a bit dangerous. Go on a tour. Like, I did think about, like, you remember when I went up to Belfast and stuff? Like, I did think about going around a few places now and maybe, but it's most likely because it's an excuse. The thing about, like, see, I always need an excuse. See, with Belfast, with the Titanic Belfast and stuff, I always wanted to go to it. But I had this opportunity with the Peace Conference thing that time. You had an excuse basically to go to Belfast. So that was my excuse to go. With the one in Monaghan, you know, the excuse would be that, you know, oh yeah, I'm going to the presidential thing, even though, you know, it'd be just an excuse, you know. Like, at some point, if there's something else on somewhere else, you know, that I'm interested, but not likely the European president. We're going to go down to Wexford or something like that. But if the former Finnish prime minister maybe turns up, you know, we might see. Speaking about the former Finnish prime minister, let me see. Sorry, give me a moment. Tea. Me duck. But yeah. So yeah, I'll let people know when the time, because there will be something. I don't know what it's going to be now. To do with Finland and stuff, the European presidency, because Malin has it. I don't know what exactly it's going to be, but of course we go for tea and stuff, and you can meet me and stuff. I don't know when that's going to be, as I say, so I will let you know when I can. But as I said to people before, would anybody be interested in that? Like, I don't know where it would be. Most likely it would be in Monaghan town at most. So I don't know who would have it. I hope Gordon's having a good day. I hope so too. Yeah, he was in some of my comments the last few days, but he probably just doesn't get notification. I say that's just the problem. But he'd probably be in at some point at sometime. Sometime. It's probably just bad timing too, because you have to remember he's hours behind us, I think, yeah. Oh, in front of us, sorry. I missed that. Go to Ninja. It won't be kind of a conference. It won't be like we're not a concert, sorry. Because let's be fair, I probably drive everybody up the end. I drive everybody mad. But yeah, we do a big concert. They're taking the West. Spoons. Jeez, that'd be some fun. Imagine that. But I don't think so. I don't think people are going to it. I think we might get arrested because people would just say these fucking people. But yeah. These fucking people. But no, would anybody be willing to go to? Just asking people, because I did say this before. Because as I said, I don't have a date and stuff. But would anybody want to go to it? Because I know Fiona, I asked you before. I can't remember. I think Aaron only was here before. But yeah. A few drinks on her. I think we all will with a few drinks, even though I don't drink and stuff. But I think anybody would do a few things when they have a few drinks on them, you know. Too far. Jesus Christ. Yeah, I understand that. I wouldn't mind if there's trains. If there's trains going to Monaghan, we'd be in business. But yeah. But anyway, we just chilled for another few more minutes. How does that sound? But yeah, is there anything else just to say? Because we just chill out because we went through an awful lot, I suppose there. Because see, this is the thing, just throwing a lot of, like literally these live streams are just me throwing information at you, you know. Another reason, not Jesus. You do what to meet me, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ, be praised. We could get normal Foley. That's what we get. We get normal Foley to come, and that's what bring everybody to come to see us. Bring normal Foley with us. They would be just Fianna Fáil and Fianna Gael spouse. Yeah, well, there'd be a lot of them anyway. But I know it'd be more probably Finnish people, Finnish politicians spouts. That's what it'd be. Because I say there'd be a lot of probably politicians and stuff coming down at some point. Like, there'd be that'd be anyway. Like, that's what but there probably won't be spouts when they see me come. They'll probably like, oh no, but anyway. Today, what? I thought somebody was signed, but no, they didn't. Let me see. Sorry, I'm just looking at this thing too on Twitter. See, there's so much things happen nowadays. I don't think people really comprehend like how much happens every minute. Because it's just fucking insane. Like there's just so much happening in the world. Like I don't think we all understand that. Like just looking at it here, it's just fucking endless information. Like it literally would drive anybody mad. Reading everything on Twitter, like it literally would drive you mad. You know, the same with nearly everything. But did everybody go home? Everybody went home for today, did they? They had enough of me today. Only getting a small amount of your posts. Like, what do you mean by like only about 10%? You say, or 5%? Well, I'd say it's probably YouTube not happy with me. That's right. Oh, I was getting a lot of my posts got taken down the other day. Well, it didn't get taken down. YouTube kept just bugging me, saying, "Oh, how dare you post this?" You know, so they're very upset about that. YouTube, even though it wasn't copyright, like at the end of the day, what copyright is, if you just post the video, say for example, if I just take a video from some YouTube and just plaster it on social media and put ads on it and stuff, that's copyright because I'm taking somebody else's content without using my own, like putting my own narrative to it, etc. In Tremor and County Carlow, yes, I don't know, I've seen it, but I haven't got around to looking at it. I've heard about it, but I haven't looked at it, but I will look into it. Because I meant to look at it already. Because somebody was telling me about it yesterday. That he was up in court in Carlow. At least that's what I think that's the case you're talking about. But I haven't looked to see so many cases. Like, I literally could sit here for the next 7 years just trying to, like, looking at criminal cases and stuff. Because the majority of stuff I'm looking at nowadays is criminal cases. Like, this case happened, this other case happened, this person was killed, this other person was killed, this other person was attacked. You know, there's just so much of that. Like, I don't think people can comprehend how much of that is, you know. Yeah, but not even that. Like, technically in copyright laws, like, I'm putting my own spin to it, basically. What I mean by that is, take this up at the Irish Times, published an article, and I just posted the other screenshot or whatever, saying, oh, I don't agree with this, or I think this is wrong, or this is not right, or whatever. Like, you're adding your own information. Now, it would be different if I said, I wrote this article, I did this article, I'm the one who produced it, I'm the one who written it, you know. That would be more copyright. Or if I was just posting the entire article on YouTube or social media. Sometimes I do just because it's necessary, because of the context, etc. for some stuff. But it's very seldom that I do it. Very, very seldom I do it. Usually I just can't say the top headline and what I read during the article to summarize it. Because like my YouTube channel, like particularly the community posts, would be matters of public interest, you know, in terms of criminal cases, and to inform people what's going on. Like the good example of that, there was a fellow in Dundalk just last week. He was saying to me on the community post when there was 2 Gardaí attacked outside Dundalk Garda station that he heard nothing about it at all. There was 2 Gardaí assaulted, and him living just about 4 or 5 streets away with it. No, like I can show you here. Just give me a second. I put it up in the community post, but I can show you now. Just give me a moment. I have to just be careful here because I do have a lot of correspondence with people the last few days. This is my email. Emails. So this is what it says. Hi, Adrian, Logan. Yes, you know, remove it. It wasn't like I deleted them myself because they didn't remove it, but they say it contains a copy of content from a video that was previously removed from YouTube. And just to say, this was me posting about how far I walked, etc., how many steps I did. So it apparently was contained in some, you know, previous YouTube video and stuff. So I presume it was just an AI that just lost the plot, basically. Because it was just saying, you didn't say who copyrighted it. So I assume it's just an AI. And I got about 20 of them. 20 of them, exact same thing. 20 of them. Yeah, but they haven't done anything now the last few days. It's only been, you know, about 3 or 4 days back that it was every day they were constantly sending these emails to me. You know, but it hasn't happened today or the other day, thankfully. No, it was not even a video, it's the community post. So I don't know why they're referencing the video. It's a community post. It wasn't a video at all. No, of course not. It was a community post. It was a community post. How could it be in somebody else's video when it's a community post? This wasn't a video. It calls it a video, but it was a community post. Like, it literally was a community post. They called it a video for whatever reason. So I presume it was just a bot that just lost the plot. Like, it wasn't a video at all. Because kind of, what would I be posting? Like, literally, the majority of things I post is just what me talking, basically. Like, videos-wise. And I don't post as many as I used to, videos. So I think YouTube just lost the plot. It has been fixed. I say it was just something that caused trouble. Get 1 out of 10 for your posts. That's lovely. So if I ever win the lotto and stuff, you'll be the first to know. You'll be the first to know. Give me a moment, sorry. I'll be here for another few moments, but I just have to send a voice reply to this person because I kind of, to be totally honest with you, I can't spell it, to be totally honest, so I have to kind of voice reply to this person. Sorry about that. I've been. Oh, Gordon, hello. Everybody's just asking about you. How are you keeping? Good to see you. Jesus, it's been a while. How are we doing? I presume you just don't get notifications nowadays. But everybody literally was asking. Fiona was just asking about you there. So everybody was asking for you. I think Brian even was asking for you too. But try to get all down live, yeah. Locked up or deleted? I think just deleted is the whole thing. Oh no, here we go. I have to go to your channel now to see your community posts. It's shite, yeah. YouTube's kind of shit itself. So until recently, well, that's good. I've seen you in some of my comments, yes, on the community posts and stuff. I have been reliably informed. Do you want to hear this good news? Pog. Which what? No, I've been reliably informed that there probably isn't a Fed coming soon. I've been just reliably informed of that, but I don't know yet. The person doesn't know himself, but I've been reliably informed. Just what we were saying there about 10 minutes ago. I can't tell you much more than that because that's all I know. But he's pretty much said in the next few weeks. So take it with a grain of salt. What's the good news? The good news. There's too much bad news. There's no good news, unfortunately. But that's what we're having a heat wave at the moment. I'm presuming in the United States too, you're having one too, because it's supposed to be pretty hot. How did your 4th of July go, Gordon? I hope it went well. But I hear it was very hot. Like in Washington, the stuff was fucking insane. But yeah, we see. But the man from Monaghan didn't know. He doesn't know the date yet of the thing. Oh yeah, I heard him saying that, Martin, the other day. But you have to remember, this is the thing I say, even as the local politicians here on Cavan, the local councillors, for the last 4 years, this has been a problem. You know, this has been a huge problem for the last 4 years. And even at that 6 years, and nothing has been done. Like previous Taoiseachs were told about this. Like former Taoiseach Leo Varadkar was told about this. Back there, former Taoiseach Simon Harris. All the ministers were told about it. Every minister over, like Norma Foley's the minister for children. Every minister for children was told about this. But it's simply the truth that nothing will be done, basically, unfortunately. Because they know the problems. They haven't done anything about it. Because it's been like I can't tell you the amount of times it's been raised in Dáil Éireann and Shannon Éireann. It must, like this year alone, I tell you, the politicians in Cavan have raised them must have been 15 times, and we're still no further on, basically. So yeah, maybe they were, but I've not seen anything in the last 4 years. Like even the protesters today, like I don't know what you hear earlier on when I was saying that to you. The moderator might have kicked you off, but there was a protest today. Like there's people literally are protesting, because of it. Like there's parents are protesting because they don't see anything being done at all. Like nothing has been done at all. They've been just left. So when you see that, there's not going to be fixed anytime soon. And they've been doing it for months, just to say too. But there's nothing been done. This is just today. This is just literally within the last few hours. About 20 of them had to go out to protest. But yeah. Oh, yeah, I know he accepts it, but he can't really deny it either. He has to kind of accept it because it is a big problem. Like, it is a big, big problem. And especially because it was said before. Like, you have to remember, too, it was said before. Who was it that said it before? Some other politician said it before, like Minister. I think it was actually Heather Humphreys, the one that was going for president. Then she was Minister for Social Protection. She said it'd be sorted. And that was about 3 years ago, and it hasn't been sorted, so... if that makes any sense. So I don't know. I think it would have grain of salt. Because, it's been raining now. It's been about 9 to 10 degrees. Oh, no, yeah. That's pretty hot. Did someone in the Dáil tell a protest the fuck off? Did they? Does anybody know? I actually don't know. No, I don't know, to be totally honest with Gordon. Is there any way you can tell me anything else about it? Because maybe then I'll remember. But you're talking about maybe Paul, what that fucking the people before Prophet Pharaoh. What's his name? Anybody here? Because I'm having a mental breakdown. What am I talking about? Paul Murphy, that's it. Are you talking about him? Is that what you're talking about? Because I think he was asked a few questions by Tom McDonald. You know Tom McDonald, the councillor from Clare. I think is that what you're talking about, that one? I'm not sure, actually. That could be what you're talking about. I'm not sure, but... protectionism over neoliberalism. Like you were talking about protection of what Donald Trump is kind of doing with tariffs and stuff. Like, I don't think tariffs work. Like, they do work if you just have them in one country, etc. But I don't think they work just across the board, So I don't know. I don't know. That's more to do with trade and stuff. Like, definitely there probably should be tariffs on countries that don't value our values, There definitely should be tariffs on them, but I don't know. But like just blanket tariffs don't work. They just simply don't work. As far as I can gather, I'm not an economics, whatever, the same fucking thing, But yeah, that's he probably, I think he did, but I don't know if he used the word "fuck off." I think he just ran away from it, basically. Most unparliamentary language. Paying US workers. Well, kind of. But this is the thing. But in theory, it doesn't work. Because even the Trump phones, I don't know if you heard about the Trump phones, like, nearly everything is needed you need some kind of gear from outside the United States. Even though the United States is a huge industrial power, you still need some stuff from outside the United States, But it doesn't really work because a lot of companies, When Donald Trump leaves, they probably will go back to the other countries, because a lot of companies have it too good here in Ireland, So it's hard to know, but I don't think it works. For what I have seen, I don't think it works. And of course, I don't think it's illegal. Like the Constitution of the United States says otherwise too. If that makes any sense, like we've seen this in the Supreme Court, that the court said that the president has no authority to do it. Yeah, he covers his house and the boys too. The thing. So, what was this? Somebody's after sending me something. But yeah. But no, I don't think it worked, Donald Trump's tariffs. I don't think so. I'm not an economist and stuff, but what I've seen, it doesn't work. Simple as that. The simple truth, it doesn't. It might work on a limited scale, but not a big scale like what he was suggesting. Yeah, like it's the House of Congress and stuff. They have to debate it. Like the president has no legal authority to do it. The Supreme Court have said that. And I didn't think he really did either. Like, obviously, it was to do with protectionist measures and stuff. I don't know. It's hard to know. It's a tough one. Again, you could argue every way, I suppose, about it. But at the end of the day, Supreme Court said it was illegal and stuff, and that's why. But so I don't know. We'll see what happens. I wouldn't be in favour of big tariffs. Like, say, if I was the Taoiseach of the morning, I wouldn't put tariffs. I don't know even if you could, because we're in the European Union. I don't know would they allow you to put tariffs in countries, but definitely, probably China and countries like that, the authoritarian regimes, would probably be a tariff put on it. Yeah, like the Trump phone, like it was assembled in the United States, but all the products of it came from other countries, not in the United States. So it was assembled in the United States, but it wasn't made in America as they produced it. And it seems to be the biggest load of crap ever. The thing. House of Commons. Yes, we're in the House of Commons. House of Commons. Commons of House. Oh, yeah, Game of Thrones is a lot of fucking stuff on it. Well, I don't know. I don't think they're doing anything with Game of Thrones anymore. I think the Game of Thrones stuff is over, isn't it? House of Representatives. Did I say the House of Commons instead of the House of Representatives? Yeah. Oh, the British never left. So the British are still there going. But the same thing, they're worse than the House of Commons. Yeah, I probably did. I don't know if they say the House of Commons and the House of Representatives, but basically the same thing. House of Commons. It's raining here. Can we have some of that rain, please? Because it's too hot here. But anyway, I think that's all she wrote for tonight, lads and lassies. It's good to see you again, Gordon. We were all missing you. I think everybody can agree on that. But anyway, thank you, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your evening and your rest of your weekend. We did go through an awful lot. We have a lot more to go through, of course, but I think that's good enough because there's a lot of information we threw at people tonight. So we see, but hopefully we'll be back Wednesday. Now, I don't know what time. I think we all know what you're going to say, but go on. But yeah, hopefully at some time. 6:30 or so. It depends, but I don't know. But hopefully all goes. Here it comes. Indeed, Brian. See you later, Dublin. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you, Sean. Thank you, Gordon. Thank you, Fiona. Saoirse, if she's still here too. OJ, if he's still here too. Other people. There's many other people that came in tonight, so thank you, everyone. Little England, if he's still here too. Many other people. We had a lot of people here tonight. But Martin, of course, too. Oh, Owen, you've been here. Jesus, Owen, you were very quiet. But it's good to see you. Hope we're well. Goodbye to you. But yeah, take care, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your night, your weekend. And we'll chat to you, hopefully, please God, Wednesday. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the evening. Bye-bye.